So, first things first. In episode 14, I messed up. I'll admit it.
How dare you?
I was wrong. I gave Zem Gift of Alacrity because I misremembered it being in that spell book. That's fine. You can keep the spell. The other spell that was actually in the book was Fortune's Favor. Still a second level spell that can't be added yet, but wanted to clear that up. So when you can learn second level wizard spells, you'll be able to put Fortune's Favor into your book. So just to be clear, you copied Detect Magic and Gift of Alacrity into your spell book. And later you'll be able to add Mind Spike and Fortune's Favor. Now back to your regularly scheduled episode.
Heart, really? This does not excuse the fact that you skipped the intro. Come back here!
Last time on Slay the Stars, the two of you fought over directions traveling north out of Oceangarde. You met back up with Aaron, the child who also sells vegetables, and Knight of the Garden, who informed you that two people did pass through looking for you. But aside from that, things seemed calm. You found new wanted posters that had information concerning both of you and Karina. Char, you did your best to tear them down wherever you saw them. You guys spent a wet night camped in or under the wagon, and Zem, your pendulum let you know that Dalius has betrayed you, but in what way, you're not sure. You were attacked by a two-headed crocodile that seemed to be suffering from this blight afflicting the wildlife, which you managed to dispatch. In the morning, you set off on your travels, and at about dinner time, you're going to make it to the Midway Tavern. But first, any questions, concerns, anything the two of you wanted to discuss over breakfast or during your morning/afternoon travels?
I kind of want to consult the cards.
You can certainly do that.
So first, can I look through them and see if anything has changed?
Roll me an investigation check.
17.
All right. As you take a look through the cards, you don't immediately notice that anything on any of them has changed, and you do not recognize any new cards.
Okay.
So what kind of a spread are you doing this time?
I want to do a 3-card spread. And I'm going to... The first card's going to be our situation. The second card is going to be what's an obstacle in our way. And the third card is going to be a solution card.
I dig it. All right. Roll your D100s.
Okay.
Just to give a little bit of a refresher, I've created a table with all of the major arcana tarot cards on it, tied to D100 values. Zem is going to roll the dice to determine which card comes up, and depending on whether that card is odd or even, that will tell you if the card is its usual upright value or if it is reversed, meaning it would be upside down.
So my first card is 87.
Okay. Your first card is the Sun.
The second card is 22.
The Emperor. Oh, wait. The 87 card would have been reversed. Sorry. I should have said that.
And then our double zeros, I have a 00 and a 5, so that's 5, right?
Yes, that's 5. 5 is the Fool, and that would be reversed as well.
Interesting. The first card is the Sun card. It's reversed. This card represents your inner child. The second card is the Emperor. This card represents a father figure, someone of authority. The third card is the Fool, also reversed. This card represents new beginnings. Looking at these cards, to me this says you've repressed your inner child who's yearning to come out. You struggle to see the bright side. All work and no play does not make for a healthy mind. Adding to this is a powerful father figure who makes many demands and binds you with rules and regulations. To him, respect and authority and status add to his power and recognition and are his entire motivation. To push past this, you must embrace new beginnings, take advantage of the potential of a new opportunity, and commit to following your heart.
Is there anything else that you wanted to accomplish on your trip, on your travels? Char, anything you have on your mind?
I don't think so. In my brain, though, I'm probably mentally trying to be like, okay, how much do we owe this tavern? Because I know we probably owe them something, and we left without paying them. Shit.
We 100% did not pay that bill.
You did not pay that bill.
Yeah, so he's like mentally preparing for that conversation because he's
Okay.
not charismatic.
Fair. Okay, so I need you both to do me something. You can choose to roll either perception or investigation and an insight roll. And just let me know which one you're rolling.
Perception.
Investigation.
Okay, what did you get for your investigation?
11.
Okay. And for your insight, Zem?
10.
And Char, for your perception?
17.
And for your insight?
16.
Also, I need to roll portents for today, so I'm going to do that right now.
How many ones have you rolled today?
One more to the toilet.
That's 5.
So you have 5 dice in the toilet.
I have 5 dice in the toilet.
Dear God.
Did you hear yourself?
What did I say?
Dive dice in the toilet.
I don't speak professionally for a living.
Oh, here's another one that goes in the toilet. So my portents, I have a 1 and a 10.
Great. So my dice are giving me only 1s, and you can bestow another one on me at another time.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, the two of you travel. It's fairly quiet. As you come up to the tavern, it is evening time. You notice that the sign out front that was hanging from a post has been broken into, almost like somebody busted it over their knee and just dropped it on the ground. You don't hear music like before, but it's still pretty early in the evening. There are 2 horses tied out front on the hitching post, but no carts. Char, you hear 2 men speaking, not loudly, kind of softly, coming from the open door. There is another one of these wanted posters nailed to the post where the sign used to be.
Is it us?
It is the same poster that you guys saw.
And it's nailed down?
Yes.
And they're around us, so they would see if I tear it down.
There's nobody outside. There's 2 men in the tavern talking that you can sort of hear through the open door, but there's nobody standing around outside.
I'm going to try to stealthily just take it down.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
While he's doing that, I'm going to take some time and stay in the cart and call Tora as a ritual.
Okay.
10. Even.
All right. It's a good thing they rolled a 1 to perceive you.
Huzzah.
All right. As he's sneaking over to get that, you've taken some time. Tora poofs into being.
I want to send her into the tavern. If there's an open window, actually, I need to check and see if there's any open windows.
The windows are cracked open and the door is open.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So I want to send her through just to see if aside from the barkeep and the people working there, if we recognize anyone in there.
Okay. Before we get to that, what are the 2 of you wearing? I need to be clear about this because there's many options at this point.
I'm wearing the tan and white dress
Okay.
Was I still wearing the dress?
situation.
I don't know.
I don't
You
think
were
I
wearing.
was.
It was the next morning,
You
so
got soaked in the white dress in the
Right,
rain.
so I wouldn't been. I'd be back to normal clothes and the cloak.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So Tora flies in. Are you trying to have her do this sneakily?
I mean,
It doesn't matter. They rolled a 1 for their perception. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna have you roll. It's fine.
well, I was just gonna say I'm just gonna have her like go in and like not be in their not like super in their face, but
Sure. So she sort of flutters in, and what she sees is. Are you seeing through her eyes?
no,
No.
I'm gonna have her come back and then
Okay. So she floats in, takes a second, kind of does a quick circuit around the room, and flies back out.
did you see anyone in there that we've seen before
She sort of bobs up and down in the air
as a yes?
as a yes.
Is it someone new besides the employees that we've seen before? Like, I mean, did you recognize the patrons?
She goes back and forth.
Okay.
I'm meaning no.
Okay. Thank you. And I'm just gonna like pull my hair to the side so that if she wants to hide up in there, she can.
Okay. She crawls up into your hair.
Okay. I'm following Zem's lead going into the bar then. But I'm still...
Oh, I didn't go in. I sent Tora in. And Tora out.
Oh. Wait.
I'm in the cart. I called her. She went in, she scoped it, and we're sitting.
Okay. So what did she see?
She only recognized the employees, not the others, so I don't it's a gamble, but
Okay. I'm going to check around the carts real quick. Because there is a cart for the other two, right?
There is no other cart there. Just 2 horses out front of
Oh,
the hitching
but there
post.
is 2.
There are 2 horses on the hitching post, yeah.
I'm going to quickly do a glance over, see if there's anything I recognize in the bags.
Okay.
Like, just like, does it seem like weapons? Does it seem like just traveling goods? That kind of thing?
Okay. One of the horses looks sturdy enough. It's probably a work animal, used to work one of the farms nearby. The other is old. Very old. Shabby. Doesn't look like it's been brushed very frequently. Maybe was a work animal at some point. You would be very saddened if you saw this thing pulling a plow. It probably shouldn't even be ridden in its current state. But neither of them are packed like they're leaving on some sort of long trip, anything like that.
Cool. Alrighty. Okay, so it is, just to confirm, because my brain is just dumb. Short trip.
Yeah.
Simple supplies, nothing major. Doesn't
They
look...
don't even have any supplies, no bags, just a regular riding saddle. And both of them, one of them looks like it's currently a workhorse. One of them looks like it was, maybe still is, but it's probably too old for that.
Okay. Okay, do you want me to be the dummy on this situation, or do you want to go in first?
I think I should probably go in first.
Okay. Do you want me to give a count of 3 or just go in with you?
Well, I think first we need to decide, are we going to go in like apologizing and here's your money?
Oh, then that means I need to go in first. Do you know how much we owed? Do we know how much we owed?
We do. I do.
Because my notes exploded. So if I had it, I don't have it anymore.
They probably don't remember. Because I don't remember. I did not write that down.
I think it was around 3.
Okay. Okay. If I need to, I'll just run out and then you can cover me. How about that? We'll try that this time.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to go to the door and stop. Kind of like mentally trying to psych myself up for the conversation. All right. Okay.
The door's open. You're just standing there. The 3 people turn to see you, like, kind of like hyping yourself up with your eyes closed in the doorway. And when you open your eyes, there are 3 people just looking at you.
Hi. And I'm going to cross the threshold at that point.
Okay.
We had a misunderstanding, and I just wanted to clear up that misunderstanding of payment.
Sure, you're incredibly nervous in this moment. You're not really like noticing what's going on around you. The only patrons in the establishment are two older gentlemen. One man who he's human, probably in his 80s, is sitting and drinking with another man who's probably in his 60s. And they notice you. You say, "Oh, there's no problem with payment or whatever," and they just sort of like turn like, "Whatever, we don't give a shit," and go back to drinking. The only other person in the room right now, though, is Juliet. She's currently working behind the bar. And she, like, squints. And then her eyes go wide, and she's like, "Oh, Xander?"
Yes. Yeah, Xander. Hi, I'm going to go up closer to the bar. Hi, yeah. You helped us. How many days has it been? Like 4? 5?
Something
that.
like that, probably.
A few days ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I did. And
I came back to make sure that you were paid and compensated for your help with that.
oh, yes. Not concerned about my well-being or my grandfather's well-being, but just worried about the coin. Certainly. Yes.
Well, it's a start. Was everything okay?
Define okay. I'm here working. My grandfather is still at home recovering from the broken arm he was given.
Can I hear this?
I mean, probably she's not being quiet about it.
If
you're standing outside, you can hear this.
I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna say, we wanted to pay our bill, but I also want to let you know, and I'm lowering my voice so that just she can hear me. They're never going to be a problem again. Look at me. I'm saying to her.
Yeah.
You both looked right at me, and I was like, "Ugh!"
Well, it was like a reflex. Somebody
Yeah.
just look at you, and you're just like,
Look at me. I am the captain now.
For anyone.
Even with your just average insight, when you say that, there's like a wave of like gratification that softens. She was angry. She was ready to rip Char a new butthole.
Stop it.
But you saying that has brought her some measure of peace. And she's like, "I'm sorry. It's been very stressful for me. We don't have other help here, so now I'm sort of running the bar. My mother's still in the back cooking, but until grandfather is better, it's just the two of us. But if you wish to pay your tab, that would be fine. Are you hungry? Do you guys need anything to eat?"
I think just a room for now would, if you have any available.
Yeah, you are here early. Nobody else is staying with us for the night, so you have your pick of the place. We aren't even expecting any live music tonight, so you could have the large corner room where we usually keep the bards.
They get a big room? No, you know what? I don't need to know.
It's sort of our way of saying thank you for them performing, and they usually have guests, Certainly.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
All right. And she says, "Let me go tell Mother we have somebody staying." And
Holy oh, I thought that was another one. I'm like, what the fuck?
no. Unfortunately, her sleight of hand is still not good enough to beat your perception check, Char. You see her grab a pouch from under the counter before she turns around to start walking back into the back room where the kitchen is.
A pouch?
Yeah, it looks almost like the size of a coin purse. But she was definitely trying to... She didn't want you to see it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the only reason you notice it, is because she seemed to do it sneakily.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down at the bar and try to listen into the other two people that are there if they're talking.
Okay,
How about that? Because it's
sure.
weird, but he's not going to do anything about it yet.
Sure. The two people in the back, you hear them talking. They're both farmers. The 60-something-year-old man is trying to buy land from the 80-something-year-old man. And he's saying, listen, you're too old to be out there working the field. That horse out there can barely carry you, let alone pull a plow. Just sell me the land. I'll work it, and you can go retire. Do what you want to do. Live your life. And you hear the older man's like, I'm still spry enough. I can do whatever I please. I don't need any young whippersnappers like you telling me that I can or cannot work my own land. And it's hilarious to you because the other guy's like in his 60s. He's not a young whippersnapper. But yeah, this is just the conversation that's happening.
Do they say where the land is at all during the conversation?
No, but based on what you've seen of their horses and the fact that neither of them have any packs or anything, you're assuming it's within an hour or two ride of the Midway Tavern.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A thought occurs. Is this Aaron's grandfather?
Does this hurt? Are you okay?
What? I'm sorry. I'll keep my conspiracy theories to a minimum.
No. Please provide.
Hold on. Let Arthur get out his tinfoil hat and
I said, is this Aaron's grandfather? Do they have a similar bone structure at all?
No.
Interesting. All right, cool. Did their house, Juliet's family, is there another house around the bar anywhere, or is it has to have been somewhere else?
They have this is a huge establishment, and they have like a whole U-shaped hallway of rooms upstairs.
I might pull out the book that I got from Adhara and like look at it. Like I'm just studying it some more.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check on the book.
Has it been a minute since she left? Like, is it seemingly taking a while?
No, I mean, after about a minute, she'll come back.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
19.
Okay. Zem, you take a look at this book, and it's still blank. You do a couple things. You take a pen, and you try to write on it with ink, and the ink beads off the page. Almost like the page is rejecting it. And you try to rip one of the corners, and the pages won't tear. There's something going on with this book, but you haven't figured out exactly what it does yet. Is there anything else you would like to try?
So knowing that she was a hunter and like violent, I want to see if there's like, I'll get my dagger out and like poke my thumb and like put like blood on the just like a thumbprint in like a corner or something.
When you press the blood to the page and pull your hand away, the blood does not bead. It stays there, almost like ink on a page. But after watching it for maybe 30 seconds or so, it almost seems to absorb into the page and is gone.
Great. Okay. Some of the magical ink that I have for like writing in my spell book, I want to do like a dot of that specific type of ink and see if it does anything.
So when you take that magic ink and you write on the page, the line does not stick to the page. It still just continues to bead away like the rest of the ink. However, as you're doing that whole process, you're getting the magic ink out, you're getting the quill, you're getting ready to write. You do the line, it starts to bead, and you're like, huh, that's interesting. A line of text appears in the book, and it says, who is this?
Does it appear in blood or ink?
I write.
It looks like it's blood.
And lawsuit. Good game, guys.
Yeah. I mean, we'll cut that. So I'm gonna like nudge Char.
What?
Char, you see the words, "Who is this?" ? In the book. And as you're both reading them, they just sort of disappear.
What the fuck was that?
And as that's happening, Juliet comes back out of the back.
What the fuck was hi?
And she hands you a key to room number 1. And she says, yeah, Mother is happy that you're here. Can, some of the money that you guys owe us can help pay for grandfather's doctors and stuff. So we're really grateful. She's making some food for you guys. Do you guys want anything to drink?
2 ales, if you have them.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything that we can do to help out? Do you need some help in the kitchen?
Oh no, Mother has it back there. There's not many people here. There's not a lot to cook. No, I think everything's okay.
Bit of an odd question. I'm fairly adept with things of the medical variety. Can I offer my assistance to your grandfather?
Oh.
And I'll pull out the 1 remaining use of my healing kit.
Oh, I mean, well, he doesn't really need bandaged. Can you heal broken arms?
I can at least make sure it's set. It will heal correctly. And just keep in mind, like, I am not telling the truth.
Okay, yeah, he's upstairs. Do you want to come upstairs? I'll show you.
Sure.
And she looks at you, Zamira, and she's like, I can't remember what you said your name was. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
It's Charlie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that rings a bell. Do you mind just watching down here for a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
Does she seem weird?
She does seem weird. She seems weird in this moment. Your insight was a 10, though. You can tell she seems weird, but you're not really sure why. Sure, yours was a 17. She seems like shifty. Like she doesn't really want to take you upstairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of be excruciatingly careful with this, but I kind of need to see what's going on.
Okay. And she's like, oh, okay, come on. And she heads upstairs. When you get to the top of the stairs, the stairs kind of go in opposite directions. So room 1 is over here, and like the last room is on this side, and she goes to the other side. And she knocks twice on the door, and she says, grandfather, it's me. I'm just coming in to check on you. I have somebody here who wants to help. And she opens the door, and you hear like a coming from inside, and you see the barkeep from the last time you were here. He is laying in the bed. His face looks like it used to be much more swollen, but it's started to kind of heal up. His arm is currently across his chest in sort of like a makeshift sling. And he has like 1 little candle burning. The curtains are drawn. He turns and he looks, and he's like, who did you bring? And she's like, oh, I'm
gonna take a look at that arm for you, sir.
He kind of squints. He's like, come into the room.
Oh, I thought we were.
Well, I assumed you were in the doorway, and he's like asking you to come in further.
Did she step into the room already?
Yeah,
okay.
she'll walk forward
fine.
and kind of step to the side, and you can tell she's like, her guard is sort of up, and he like squints and he looks at you and he's like, what are you doing here? Is this not enough for you?
I happen to be fairly adept at all things medical, and we have since paid any repercussions that would have been owed to you. And I think that I can do more, so I'm going to make sure your arm heals properly.
And he looks like he's about to tell you off, and she's like, "Grandfather, please, the doctor we found for you wasn't very good. They're more like take care of cows. Like, just let him look." And he doesn't say yes, he doesn't say no. He just sort of like closes his eyes and just sort of like nods his head and like tries to hold his arm out towards you. Char, make me a medicine check.
Ooh, that's actually really good. 19, 21, 22, 27 with guidance.
Okay. Char, the arm is broken in two places. It is broken down in like the forearm area once, and the actual like upper bone in the bicep is broken. And you know, based on your training, that he must have been hit hard if that happened, because that is a big bone. His shoulder is also dislocated and has not been put back into place, which is probably where the majority of his pain is coming from whenever he moves.
Okay, let's get that shoulder fixed for you, and we'll take a look at the arm in a minute.
Okay.
With the healing kit, could I feasibly just reset the arm?
Sure. Yeah. If you expend the usage of your healing kit, you can take some time and put his shoulder back into place, get his arm bandaged properly.
And then what I intended on doing was, if I can slip the sleight of hand correctly, is cure wounds while I'm packaging the arm back together.
Okay. You are doing that, and as you're like trying to move the arm back into place, he's like, oh, like grunting in pain because this is like straight agony. And as you're doing that, you place your hand and you cast cure wounds, and he's just like, oh.
That feel better?
Yeah. How did you do? And like, he's still sore. It's gonna take some time to heal, but he gets some like range of motion back. He's like, how did you?
You gotta stop dealing with doctors that help you with cows, sir.
We don't have a lot of other options around here. I'm
gonna like, at this point, like, scope the room out now that I've like finished what I needed to.
What's your passive perception?
15.
This room is pretty bare. He seems like a bare bones kind of guy. However, there are two pictures that catch your eye. One of them is like a sketch of a much younger man that looks to be him, the barkeep, along with a woman on their wedding day. The other is a picture that looks like Juliet on a wedding day as well, with a man who you haven't seen yet. And then it sort of strikes you that that's probably her mother, whenever her mother got married. Aside from that, there's some clothes laying on the ground. There's a few little knickknacks here and there, coat hung up on a hook, but nothing crazy. The only thing that does pique your curiosity is you start to get like a smell that wasn't in the room when you entered. It smells like burning. What we would consider like a fireworks smell.
Like, it's now, it did not happen before.
No, it's just now starting to really like get into the room.
Did you draw that, sir? I'm going to try to pull attention to the pictures and just kind of be like, okay, is there anything on fire that I can see? Is there smoke outside the window? Like, anything?
Well, the curtains are pulled, so you can't, and like these are dark blackout curtains, so you don't see anything like that.
Okay. If they are blackout curtains, I'm going to try to sleight of hand thaumaturgy the windows open.
Okay. So as you ask him if he drew those, he's like, oh, yeah, I did. I was in the war, and I wanted to take something of my loved ones with me, so I made those drawings. They're not great, but they're mine.
They're very good.
And you thaumaturgy the curtains, and they sort of blow a little bit. And as they open, you notice that there is like a smoke. Not like the whole place is on fire. It looks like chimney smoke. But it has this like blue tint to it.
Now, the smoke, it's coming from a chimney?
Yeah, it's probably coming from the chimney of the tavern.
Whoa. Must have been a pretty strong gust of wind there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And she kind of looks over and she sees the curtain open and she's like, "Oh, well, grandfather, do you want me to shut that? And we should probably let you heal." And she goes over to the window and quickly closes the curtains. Do you need anything, food or whatever? And he's like, "Oh, quit worrying about me.
I'll
I'll
leave
get
you
better."
both to it. I thank you for being so patient with us, sir.
Yeah. Grandpa, I'll be back. And she's going to follow you out and shut the door. Thank you for helping him.
It's quite literally the very least I could do. And as soon as I hit the stairs, I'm going to look at you and be like, something is fucking up.
What have you been doing during this time, Zem?
So I haven't actually been taking action. But I'm coming up with a plan, and I'm writing in my journal of how I want to approach this book of Adhara's. And I'm probably going to I don't know if I have a spare inkwell, but I'm gonna use something to collect some blood so that I can like write in this at some point. But I'm not gonna do that with my own blood. So what I'm hoping to do is maybe like go back in the kitchen and see if they've slaughtered something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can do that or not. So actually I think what I do want to do is see if I can kind of like peek my head around, like sneak back and like peek my head around and say like, "Hey, can I help you?" or whatever. While he's doing that.
Okay, you can easily do that. Juliet's upstairs. She can't stop you. So you go behind the bar and you peek your head behind the door. And when you do so, you hear a woman in there say, "Oh, Julie, is that you?"
And like I can't see anyone.
So the way this opens, the door is kind of like a swinging door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it opened, the door would have been blocking her, right?
Okay.
But she's on the other side where the kind of the hearth and the cooking area is. But if you kind of enter a little further, you can see her. She looks exactly like Juliet, just maybe like 20 years older.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, "No, I'm sorry. I'm my name's Charlie, and I just got a room here. I feel really bad about this situation from before, and I just wanted to see if I could offer my assistance."
Oh dear. Please, don't worry about it. Not at all. And now you're seeing her. She's using like a billows almost, and like pumping it a ton, trying to get the smoke to go up the chimney. But you see that there's something burning in the hearth that is giving off like a blue smoke.
Because I would have continued to poke. Like I'm not trying to. So I didn't want to make her feel like I was being aggressive.
Yeah.
But I am trying to go in. So I would have gone in as far as I thought was respectful.
Yeah. And so she's just like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, dear. Just head back. I'm sure Julie will be down in a second." And she's sort of like not quite hearing you, but you can tell she's getting frazzled now.
So, but when I would have seen the smoke and how hard she's, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? And I would have like come in further because like,
okay. So you see that there is a pouch that is mostly burnt at this point in the hearth. And from that pouch, whatever's burning, there is like a deep blue smoke that is supposed to be going up the chimney, but it's kind of billowing out a little bit into the room. And she's trying to use the billows to push it back up the chimney.
Does it smell like anything?
It does. It smells like fireworks. What we would say fireworks smell like.
We haven't used sending today, have we?
You have not.
When we come down the stairs, is she going to be there or is she going to be in the kitchen?
So what do
It
you
depends.
do?
Yeah,
she goes,
so I would have like just so I know the smell, I know what it looks like. I just would have said like, oh, okay, if you're sure, and I would have gone back.
But certainly, yeah, just take a seat at the bar.
Okay.
Okay. And as you're coming back out, a little confused, walking around the bar to take your seat, is when Char is coming, hits the top of the stairs, and you guys make eye contact.
Okay, very loudly, I'm going to say, I'm just going to make sure the horse is tied up. I'll be right back. Oh, and I'm going to hand, did you pay her already for anything?
No.
I'm just going to give her a platinum piece and say this should cover us for any of the damages that happened.
She looks in her hand, and then she looks at you.
Oh, I'm not staying to look long enough. Just I'm going to catch a quick glance and go.
Okay, I'm just telling you, because if Zem is looking at you, Zem would see this. She looks at it, and then she looks at you as you run down the stairs. And Zem, you see a look of like guilt on her face.
Okay. All right. Everything go okay?
Oh yeah, he was I'm sorry. Yes, he was able to help grandfather, and she comes down the stairs and she walks over and she goes to the back of the bar, and you can tell she's just trying to keep herself busy at this point. Like her nerves are sort of shot. And she picks up some glasses and she's cleaning them, and I should check on mother, and she walks back.
Well, before she gets back that far, she's fine. I checked on her a minute ago, but mostly just because I was gonna help. But yeah, no, that's our Xander. He's always helpful and he cares about everybody.
Yeah, he seems really nice.
Yeah, I'm not quite as nice. I would like to be, but he got all of it.
I see that. Excuse me, and she just walks back into the back. Char, when you get outside, you can see that there is a deep blue indigo smoke that is coming out of the chimney and sort of like rising up into the air.
Do I know what this would be at all?
I mean, seems like smoke signals. This is not a big leap to make.
I'm going to unhook the horses and get them ready to go.
Okay.
And I'm going to calmly walk into the bar.
Mm-hmm.
When I go take a drink of my ale, I'm going to tip it over.
Okay.
Like accidentally. Or big ass air quotes.
Okay. You tip it over. It spills just as she's walking back out, and she's brought some plates for you both. And she's
sorry.
like, oh, I'm sorry. I brought some food for the two of you. Mother just made it quickly. It's just some of the soup that we make. And there's 2 big bowls of like a corn chowder type soup with some crusty bread. And she sits them down a little off to the side at first, and she gets some towels, and she's like, I'll clean this up. Don't worry. You've done so much already. And she's quickly trying to clean up the bar.
It's fine. I'm gonna go upstairs, and as I'm walk up the stairs, I'm just gonna go get ready for the room, and I'm gonna look at Zem and be like, "We've gotta go," like with my eyes, like we've gotta go. So he's gonna go up to the room and fully intend on just jumping back out the window.
Yeah.
So you're going upstairs, but I'm not going upstairs. I'm going outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go get our bags.
At this point, Juliet sort of looks up and she's like, "Oh, but wait, don't. Oh, I can help you. Just give me a minute. I'll clean this up and I'll help you get the bags."
I'll meet you outside.
Okay. And she's like quickly, she kind of like abandons. She's like trying not to look too. She's like,
I'm gonna shut the door behind me and I'm gonna mound earth right up against that door.
All right.
Let's see if I triple nat one this falling out of the window again.
Char, you throw open the window and you look out, and the last time when you were jumping out of the window, there was like the half roof horse carport thing. I didn't know what to call it last time. I don't know what to call it now. Out that you guys jumped
it's a
onto
carriage
and then
house.
jumped down. Yeah, that's what it's called. And jumped down to the ground. But this time there is nothing like that. It's almost like she convinced you to take this room for a reason. So it's a 20-foot drop to the ground.
There is nothing I can grab on at all.
I mean, there's another windowsill.
Time is of the essence.
What?
Time is of the essence.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to dangle from the windowsill and like push off of the wall and try to tuck and roll and mitigate as much damage as possible.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check.
All right, let's do this shit. 15 plus 4, so 19.
All right. We'll say you take 2 points of fall damage, but
Thank Jesus.
you mitigate most of it as you push off and roll.
Bullshit.
You just kind of like stub your toe a little bit, but you're fine. And as you're doing that, you see Zem mold earth up against this door, and she's just like, fuck. And the two of you start running over towards.
That was a smoke signal. We gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
And at this point, you guys get. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I'm actually gonna cast fog cloud, and so it doesn't. When I cast this fog cloud, it doesn't look like your normal fog that comes in off the hills, like in a valley or whatever. This looks dark. It is almost like night is falling. It's inky and deep and very unnerving.
Okay. As you do that, are you guys taking the cart when you run? Your cart has a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah, we're just trying to get out ahead of whoever's chasing us.
Just want to make sure. So, you guys hop in the cart, hitch the horse, reins, whatever, and you take off. Are you just heading north still?
Towards the garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You cast the fog cloud, and it begins to obscure the area around you, and you hear the front door of the tavern starting to like smash against this earth, smash, and eventually it pushes it out of the way, and you guys are, we'll say, 40, 50 feet down the road away from the tavern. She runs around the side and sees you, and she just screams at you, "Why did you have to come back? Do you think I wanted to do this?" You guys don't have to respond.
Yeah, I'm not going to respond. Are you kidding me?
And she just sort of watches you go, and then she'll turn around and go back into the tavern.
The next time we come through here, I'm going to own this tavern.
Okay.
I'm really tired of people turning on me.
Okay, noted.
Don't you ever turn on me.
Yeah.
I will kill you.
I'm not going to stop you.
I know.
That hurts me a little bit. That really hurts me a little bit.
Why would that hurt you? I know you're not going to stop me.
Okay, good. Because the way you sounded like, you can't stop me.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
That's literally how it sounded. It was just like, I'm not going to stop you. Like, I know.
Oh.
Because you can't stop me.
I mean, I am angry, but not with you.
That literally defies our entire relationship.
Yeah.
I am angry, not with you.
Yeah. This is at you, not to you. To you, not at you?
Bless you.
Yes.
So, you head down the road. At this point, it is pushing 7 p.m. You have maybe an hour and a half of daylight left. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
I say we push as much as we can until the sun goes down.
Yeah, we push as much as we can, but I do want to talk to you about this book.
Okay.
So that sentence that you saw before, I didn't write that. That appeared.
It appeared?
So everything that I have tried with this freaking book, I can't rip the pages. I can't write on it. There's indentations where clearly someone has written, but I can't get a good grip on what was written in it. It's not normal.
Okay, so what triggered it to write it?
I put some of my blood on it. And I wasn't going from, my blood. It's just that like I wasn't going to steal someone else's. But I put some blood on it, just a drop, just in the corner, and then it's like this message popped up. So it feels like this has the ability to communicate with someone somewhere.
Do you think any blood would work?
I am hoping that that's the case, because I was going to see about like a butcher or something. I don't want to use any more of my blood, and I don't want to use your blood because
we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
Maybe we can try hunting tonight.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, but
we're not going to do it very well, probably.
Do we set like a trap or something? I don't.
Let's just get out of view right now, and
Yeah.
then we'll figure it out. Oh, hell yeah. I love that I have spells always prepared. It's not good spells, but like in this case, it's going to work out because I've got sleep, which means I'm going to kill a rabbit.
You're going to kill a rabbit. Unfortunate.
So whenever we get to where we're going, as far as where we end up with camp, we pull the wagon off. I'd like to see, actually, hold.
Before I forget, this is a covered wagon, right? This isn't just an open wagon?
No, it is an open wagon.
Okay.
You had a tarp that you used to cover most of the stuff whenever it rained, but it is open.
Okay. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was going to minor illusion a bush, but it only lasts for a minute, so every minute I'd have to be like... Yeah, not chanting bush all night long.
Oh, God.
Someone coming down the road, they just hear, bush.
You're just doing it in your sleep, like in a rocking chair, just bush, bush, bush.
Mm-hmm. What did you meditate about? Oh, shrubbery.
We need a shrubbery. All right. Somebody roll me a survival check to find somewhere good to park the wagon tonight.
Got you. I do actually got you. 15 plus 20. Dirty.
All right. You travel until it is dark out, and eventually you find an area where there's actually a decent amount of greenery and bushes. As you're heading north, you start to get in the area which is less cleared out. You would know this because the garden is in that same place. You find a way to park the wagon off the road where it's not immediately obvious, especially in the dark. And the two of you begin to make camp. Are you having a fire? What are you doing?
Let's hold on the fire for now.
Agreed.
Okay. And then I'm going to climb a tree and just kind of scope out and see if there is any kind of wildlife around us.
All right. Go ahead and roll me another survival check, this time for hunting.
Significantly less. 7, 10, 15.
All right. You do see some small game, rabbits, squirrels, birds, things like that.
Okay. I'm going to try to get... Sleep is a 20-foot sphere. So I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can.
All right. You pick a point and you cast sleep. Roll me your sleep HP total.
20.
With 20, you see there was a rabbit that sort of hopped out. It just sort of like falls over asleep. And then
the worst part is you still have to like snap its neck or whatever.
I didn't think this through.
You're watching. And the spell like hits this tree, right? And all of a sudden like thump, thump, thump. There are like 19 squirrels, birds, whatever, just falling. There's just raining small mammals out of this tree.
She's just staring at like for 30 seconds, gonna be like, oh.
And one snowy white owl that just sort of falls out of the hole in the tree it was living in. on the ground, and it dies from impact.
Oh,
most
no.
most of them are just dying when they hit the ground because of the impact damage.
Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. When does this go out? When does the sleep go away?
I think it's a minute.
Never. The only thing that's going to survive this is the rabbit. The rest of them all died from impact.
God.
I feel like Mila would like a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
All you have to
I'm
do...
just going to go up to the rabbit.
You just...
The one thing that's
I'm going to pick it up and hold it like, I'm sorry.
all these dead animals. And you're
Wait, did
going-
you walk into the sphere? Like, are you good to be in the sphere?
Yeah, it's an instantaneous. It doesn't last. It's just whoever it's affected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not going to kill it. I'm just going to hold it. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, as soon as it wakes up, I'm probably just going to let it go. It's just like, no.
Shore has his Lenny moment. He's just rocking with this rabbit.
oh no. Oh no.
All right.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's going to wake up and be like, and then
You
Char's
just-
going to be like,
You just have to detach.
So now you psychopaths are draining the blood out of 19 small
I don't need the blood of 19, but like this snowy owl though, this has a decent volume of blood, and the feathers can be used for things. And
Char's just traumatized in the corner. Like, this was not how this was supposed to go.
don't be such a bitch. Just get in the cart. I'll handle it.
He's going to let the buddy go. Sorry, friend.
I'm gonna point at it. I'll get you next time.
If everything is already dead, he can help pick it up. It's just like, oh. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a good minute.
Yeah, all the stuff
Until
that
he's
fell
just
out of the
like,
tree's dead. Yeah.
I'll walk around and I'll pick them up and I'll put them in a pile. And like I'm not like tossing them. I'm being respectful, but like they've already given their lives. Might as well put them to good use, lest it be in vain.
So you do that, and you have a decent pile of dead small animal bodies now. Are you going to what are you going to do with these bodies? What are we doing?
Would it be too fucked up to use
yes, if you have to ask, yes.
one of the feathers from the owl to dip in its own blood and write in the book with it?
I think that is a beautiful visual, and we should run with it. All right.
Okay.
Sure. You still not thinking about leaving yet, or
No, I'm good. I'm good.
How do you think people get components? Like,
throw back to the synopsis?
I understand it. I was expecting 1, maybe 2. And then he looks at the pile, but 19.
oh.
I'm sorry.
So when you're an initiate at the school, there are certain tasks that you have to do to both appreciate the value of the items as well as know how to do this in situations where you might find yourself on the run in the middle of the woods with your childhood friend.
I didn't realize that was a course.
It's not. It's more like grunt work that they give you that you have to do. Anyway, if you can't handle 19, you would really hate reaping day.
Noted.
Reaping
He's
day.
just gonna have to like
It's quarterly.
he's gonna get it resolved. Just okay,
Do
they're already
you
dead. Like he
ever-
needed like 5 minutes to be like, oh, I killed 19 things and that was not what I meant to do. I meant to just let like some things sleep and pick 1 or 2.
I'm trying to make you feel better. And trying to like be factual about things, to like not think about the like cute cuddly side of things because they're dead now. But like, have you ever wondered where the binding comes from for your books? like the books that are out there, like what holds it all together, because like cotton will fall apart much faster than like cat guts do.
No, I wasn't before. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna start plucking feathers. I think that's a good thing for me. I need time. I'm gonna need a minute.
All right. So,
Beaks, claws, keep those.
Okay.
you guys set to some disturbing work. And
Just every bird like feather. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
yeah. You guys, it's disturbing, but at the end, you end up with, you know what? I don't want to put a number on this. A lot. You have a never-ending supply of bird
Yeah,
feathers.
and this is why
Bones, beaks, claws.
Bones, beaks. Yeah.
have an extra bag. This is why we have extra bags, kids.
The bag of holding is now just like this pocket dimension filled with feathers.
I want somebody to, if somebody kills us, to just open the bag. Oh my god!
Like getting hit with a pillow. Explodes with feathers.
Oh god, they're baby birds.
But yeah, so eventually you finish all the dirty work. It's really gross. Char, anything else you want to accomplish before bedtime?
Nope, I'm pretty stock full of emotional damage at the minute.
All right. Zem, anything else you want to accomplish before bedtime?
Kind of. But
I thought you were gonna write tonight.
I am.
Okay.
I don't think the world is prepared. We need to get a couple more levels in. Because the mobile that I had in my brain, we'll keep that under wraps for now.
Oh god. It's horrifying.
All right, so I'm gonna take some of the blood from the. So I'm assuming that the snowy owl was the biggest thing here.
It was, yeah.
So I'm gonna use the blood from that, and I'm going to rewrite the same sentence that came up before.
Okay. You go in and you write, "Who is this?" in the. Ooh. And
All right, we're done.
The
Good
look
job.
on Arthur's face
Good
right
job,
now.
guys.
And the blood beads off the page.
All right, so then I'm gonna go to a mammal.
Hold on, let that settle into Arthur's consciousness. The blood beads off the page.
I'll go to a mammal next.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, you do it with the squirrel blood, and it beads off the page.
Bad news.
What's up? And he like finally
Wait,
like you
are
see
you
that he's getting like a little like, okay, it's okay, everything's fine. I'm sorry. Wow, what's up?
So, I appreciate everything that you did,
Okay.
but this is useless as far as the book is concerned.
What do you mean?
We had a theory. We tested it. It was unsuccessful.
Oh. Can I I'm gonna need a minute. Just he's gonna walk straight into the ocean.
We're not on that side. So
You see him in the background, just walks the other way.
yeah, as you're walking away. A for effort, buddy.
So, that test was unsuccessful. Anything else you want to accomplish before bedtime? And are you taking watches?
I'm gonna set alarm.
If we set alarm, we've been okay so far.
All right. So, are you guys sleeping in the cart, under the cart, near the cart, in a tree? There's one now free of life.
So the tree, the Free of Life tree, I think we should move the cart to the Free of Life tree. And then I would like to take the tarp that was over the covering the stuff and just, is there enough to extend it out so that we're sleeping like under the tarp but not under the cart?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. You do that. And most of the evening goes by without issue.
Wait, right before we fall asleep,
Okay.
like right before we fall asleep, I'm gonna be like, man, reaping days were wild.
Char doesn't sleep. He just like turned over, like facing away from Zem, just eyes wide open, bloodshot the entire night. Just what the fuck just happened? No, he's fine. Not really, but he's fine enough to sleep.
About midway through the night, Zem, something pointy stabs you in the forehead.
I'm sorry.
There's no damage involved. But it definitely feels like you just got stabbed in the forehead.
All right.
I go back to sleep now.
I'm gonna flail
Okay. You flail, striking Char.
and
Sit
like
up.
and scramble up, like onto my haunches. Is that how that goes? Where I'm
Stand
like
up.
I'm like kneeling. I'm still under the tarp. Like I'm kneeling, but not on my knees. Like on my feet.
Okay.
I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, though.
Okay.
But you scramble up and you rub your forehead and you look, and there's like a paper airplane that had struck you in the forehead and landed there. And as you look down, it starts to unfold itself. And
Okay,
there's
but
a
I'm
note.
gonna look up and around. Like
Char's freaking out because you smacked him in the nose. He's just assuming there's
Yeah.
something going on. So he's like flailing but moving.
you can see further than me. Is there someone out there?
You
No.
both are looking around. There's nothing. You don't hear anything. There's nobody around you.
No, here, I'll show you. I'm going to smack you on the shoulder. 300 feet of night vision.
And like the alarm never went off, right?
The alarm never went off.
So I'm sorry. So it unfolded into like a note.
Like a note.
Is
Yeah,
like with
like a handwritten
like I
letter.
can like there's actually.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to read it.
Okay. You pick up
Wait,
the
I'm
note.
sorry. What else does it look like? Like I know it's a handwritten note, but I mean, is it like parchment? Is it like is it meant for writing letters? Is it like ripped off?
This is expensive. Now that you're looking at it, you have probably seen stuff like this before. It is a paper bird. They are incredibly expensive. They cost upwards of 10 gold each.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah, the only time you've seen these things is every once in a while you'd see one of them zipping out of the headmaster at school's office window. And she's really the only person who could afford them to use them.
Did you make
frequently.
these or did you find them somewhere?
What? I think they're from the
Or are they from Waterdeep?
I think they're from Waterdeep.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you pick it up, a smell hits you. What does your mom's perfume smell like?
Chanel number 5.
Oh,
Okay.
the worst.
Perfect. That smell immediately hits you.
Okay.
And as you read it, it says, Zamira, I am many things, but you know I would never hurt you. I let you go for a reason. Keep being clever. You've thrown us off your scent. I am not your enemy, but my people are. I cannot protect you, and I'm sorry your father failed. Love, D.
Ew.
I'm gonna crumple it.
Okay.
And then, was that an important piece of paper?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And then I'm gonna like cross my arms and sit there. And then I'm gonna look at it. And then I'll go over and I'll uncrumple it.
Oh, hey, it's like Char in episode 1.
Smooth it out. I know. And then I'll fold it carefully and I'll put it in my notebook. It's nothing. Let's go back to bed.
Oh, Char's just still like scoping the forest to make sure nothing else is actually there. Because I had a leg cramp and went off mic for like 5 solid minutes.
But yeah, Char, after you get done looking around, there's nothing out there. You come back, you see Zem holding the paper. She looks kind of upset when she sees you coming back. She folds it back up and puts it away. Says it's nothing.
You
Your
okay?
passive insight is high enough to know she's upset.
I think we should get some sleep and we can talk about it in the morning. I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. The rest of the night goes off. No issues. Nothing attacks you. You wake up in the morning. Things seem pretty calm. You have breakfast and you set off towards the garden. We are going to fast track the rest of the travel. And when we get to episode 16, we're going to be at the garden. I'll see you there.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Slay the Stars. I am definitely not an AI version of Arthur Polino. We would like to remind you to go to the Slay the Stars official site for merchandise. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Okay, listen here, you AI son of a... What's up?
Ouch.
Hey, man, this is my job, okay? I'm the one that sits in the basement. I'm the one that does this shit, okay? I got beaten to shit last week with a fireball. You are not taking this away from me.
But Arthur, this is going to make things easier for you.
AI son of a bitch, come here.
Ouch. Ouch. Ow, ow, ouch.
Aw, flying sphinx! Oh, God.
It appears as though you've fallen down. Can I be of assistance?
Yeah, you can go ahead and finish the promo. Oh, my back. Ow, 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 ow.
Hello, and thank you for listening.
Oh, come on. You already did that part. Just fast forward to the end.
Thank you for tuning in
Oh, screw
to
it.
Slay the Stars. Find our socials at slaythestars.com. Thanks for listening. Persomnia at Astra. And as always, stay tuned.
Okay, quick. Call for help.
Casting Fireball.
No, not again!
Our awesome intro music is brought to you by the one and only Isaac Vyers. Character designs by the lovely Cam Gonzalez. Produced by our very own Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer, the one, the only, the me, Jen Kearney. And last but not least, our audio engineer, Arthur Polino. Thanks for listening.